Right, hola everybody. Once again coming to you from the depths of the jungle in Costa Rica. It's Dimitri here and it's day 5, the end of day 5 of my 40-day fast. Blimey, another 35 days left. Another 55 until I'm out of here. Seems a long way away. Anyway, getting weaker once again. Still everything is slow. Still I'm pretty slow. Blood pressure is more or less the same actually as like yesterday. Heartbeat is down a little bit, so my body's really slowing down. Apart from that, nothing else. I did in the morning actually close my eyes and do a little scan of my body and to see if I can feel any parts, any aches or pains. And the only thing I noticed is I have a little sort of itchy tingling feeling at the back of my throat. I don't know what that is yet. I did have an issue with my throat a few years ago, which I still haven't cleared. So I was hoping that would clear during the fast, but we'll see if that is what's happening. So yesterday I talked about emotional eating, and I think I'm gonna just add on to that because it's such a massive subject and there's a few things to say. I did mention that you should probably feel what your body needs and not what you think you want. There's a few other points to that. If you think back to every time you eat for emotions, what do you usually eat? And I find this true with me and true with other people. We don't usually go for, if we're craving some comfort food, we don't usually go for, a whole watermelon or a big green salad. We usually have something like ice cream or chicken or donuts or whatever it may be, something heavy to alleviate our emotions and to make us feel better for a short moment in time at least. And why is that? Well, the answer is, as I said before, to suppress certain emotions, and that heavy food suppresses our emotions. And we're used to doing that because we're used to making ourselves feel good because we feel bad because we have an emotion which is triggered by something, by an event, by something that's happened in our life. And what we do is we suppress that and we crave those things as well because we have a release of those toxins in the blood, so we have this feeling like we need some sugar or we need some meat. I've had this very frequently. I crave meat when I'm on a vegetarian or vegan diet. And that was my stomach rumbling. I crave meat because the toxicity of the meat is released into the bloodstream, and then you have this feeling like you need meat, but it's deceiving because you don't. It's just released into your bloodstream, so you think you need it. But really, it's just toxicity, and you need to let it go. And you can't trust your body at that stage to tell you what it needs. So if you think you need sugar or meat or something which isn't very healthy, then that's what's going on there. And the only way to, when you eat meat and you feel better and you think, oh well, I feel better, that means that my body really needed meat at that time, that's what I need. Well, actually that's not the case, because it's like somebody who is drunk or somebody who is high on drugs. When they take drugs, they have this uncomfortable process when the body starts eliminating the next day, and they feel uncomfortable, and the only thing to do is to take more drugs and to put that into the system, because that stops the detox process. It's like this, sometimes when you have a hangover, then drinking more the next morning will actually stop that detox process and will make you feel better. So when you feel like you're deficient in something, So let's use the same case of meat. It's not because your body needs meat, it's probably either A, some kind of feelings you're suppressing that you're used to suppressing, some pain or an addiction or an emotional reason. It's not because your body needs meat, it's because you're probably, the other reason is, it could be that you're not getting something else that you find in meat, but you're not getting it from another source. So let's say it's, today we talked about potassium. Let's say you're deficient in potassium. The more you go without, yeah, so the more you go without it, then the greater the craving will be, and the greater the feeling will be. The deficiency will increase. So you might want to have a banana or dates. So if you're used to eating meat, then your stomach, your digestive system is probably used to getting its calories from meat, and then when you stop eating it, then your body's inefficient at processing those calories because it's used to getting it from somewhere else. So how do we trust the messages that our bodies are giving us? How do we know that how do we tell the difference between an emotional decision and a message that our body is giving us, so that it really needs what we really need to eat? And the answer is this: you've got to get your body clean. You've got to really detox yourself to a level where your body is fully clean. And I asked Lauren, how do we know that that's the case? How do we know that our bodies are really clean, and then we can trust the messages? Thank you. We can trust the messages they're giving us. And the answer is, if you can go for 7 or more days fasting on water without losing strength, without having any detox symptoms, and you're fasting, and you can still function fine, then that means your body is working well. And that's when you know you're truly clean. That was a big moment for me. That was a big eye-opener, a big sort of aha moment. And some of you may or may not believe that. I think that's true. I think there's something there that resonates with me. And you really need to get your body cleaned out and keep going with the healthy diet, transition gradually and move on to healthier and healthier food, and get your digestive system working properly and absorbing everything, all the nutrients, all the fats from the fruit, all the proteins from the vegetables, and then you'll get yourself clean. And the fastest way to do that is fasting, from my experience as well. So if you fast and you get those symptoms and you feel that hunger, that will come, that's natural. But really think about the fact that your emotions, your subconscious is controlling you, and your emotions are so powerful that they're controlling you. From our families or from our environment, from our social circles, people are used to giving you food. Oh, you don't feel well, oh, have some food. Or you don't, oh, what happened? Okay, all right, come, let's eat, let's do something. And it's almost like we have got used to this pattern of thinking where we should suppress our emotions, and if we feel something, we shouldn't be sad or cry or let it out. Let's just do something instead, and that covers what we feel, that suppresses it. And we're used to putting something in our mouth as a reaction to what we're feeling or to something that's happened to us. And usually we do that with something heavy, food that's not good for us. And the problem is that it's a vicious circle, because then we end up eating like meat, for example, and meat is a living entity, and it's an animal that has emotions itself, and when it feels fear, it releases adrenaline, it releases all these chemicals. When it feels sadness or horror or shock, and that's what usually happens to animals. And we pick up all that information, all those chemicals we put into ourselves, and that's what we become. We become fearful, we become angry and violent, and we get those chemicals, and that's the emotions. So in other words, we're not in control of our emotions. That's the bare fact. We're not in control of what we do, and especially when we put the wrong stuff in our mouth. And the only way to get ourselves out of this circle is to clean ourselves out and fast, or if you want to take longer, just eat a very healthy diet for a very long time until your body has extracted everything that it's not necessary for it. That's not optimal. And your body knows what's optimal. Your body knows. If you eat something like nuts or very fibrous food and it's heavy to digest, there's probably a good reason why. As I realized, we were talking about kale and how kale is very popular these days. But the fact is, it's very high in fiber and very difficult to digest for our bodies. It is very nutritious food, but the fiber it slows your digestion down. It's not possible for your stomach to digest it. But society has told us otherwise. But you've got to listen to your body, and but think about your emotions and think about what's going on, because it's not emotions are just spontaneous things, and they control us more than we think. It's not us. It's just a chemical. It's just a reaction in our body, or a habit we're used to. It's not who we are. It's not our spirit. Emotions are just our body, our physical thing, and it's all linked to food as well. Yeah, so that's what I've got to add for today. It's already day 6 now starting, and yeah, hopefully you're getting something out of this. If not, just leave me some comments. I'll try to answer your questions. I'm starting to get clearer and clearer by the day now. I'm not looking forward to staying here for that long, but to be honest, just purely because of boredom. But yeah, I mean the realizations, the level of consciousness is rising. It's increasing by the day. So that's definitely what I'm here for, and I'm getting that slowly. So perhaps I'll be enlightened after 40 days. Who knows? Yeah, we'll see. I keep being bitten by ants and bugs, but part of the process, I guess. So thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good time. Hopefully you make the right decisions, the right choices with what you put into your mouth, and wishing you good health. So adios, pura vida.